In this intriguing scene from Omniscient Reader's viewpoint, the protagonist, Kim Dokja, finds himself experiencing a strange sense of familiarity and déjà vu. The sentence "dokebi," the first time he appeared, someone said so, emerges in his mind, triggering a cascade of memories and associations. In this intense moment from Omniscient Reader's viewpoint, the subway car's door opens and the electricity returns, revealing a surreal and unexpected sight. Usanga, Kim Dokja's companion, mutters the word dokebi as a strange and fluffy creature with two small horns and wearing a small straw mat floats in the air before them. Kim Dokja's mind is in turmoil as he realizes that the novel he knew and the reality he is experiencing are converging. The description of the dokebi in the novel matches the creature before him, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. The dokebi communicates with unintelligible sounds, and Kim Dokja recognizes it as the very same creature that appeared in the novel. As Kim Dokja tries to make sense of the situation, Usanga, his companion, suggests that the dokebi's sounds resemble Spanish, raising the possibility of communication. However, before they can proceed, Kim Dokja's mind is occupied with a more pragmatic concern: money. He questions whether Usanga knows what the dokebi is and if she can ask it for money. Her response is uncertain, indicating that she may not fully grasp the gravity of the situation either. In this thrilling and chaotic scene from Omniscient Reader's viewpoint, the dokebi's presence is met with surprise and confusion by the subway passengers. As it begins to speak in the correct pronunciation of Korean, the atmosphere in the subway car shifts, and people start to relax upon hearing the familiar language. The first person to approach the dokebi is a big man in a suit, who mistakes the situation for a filming or audition opportunity. He assumes that the dokebi might be part of a shoot and expresses his need to quickly get to an audition. The dokebi plays along with the misunderstanding, referring to the situation as an audition as well. It jokingly mentions a shortage of data and claims to have entered the real world when it was monetized at 7 p.m. As people become more agitated, demanding to get off the train or call for help, the dokebi urges them to relax and listen to something important. The uncertainty and tension in the subway car intensify, with passengers calling for the captain and questioning what is happening without the cooperation of the citizens. One person even mistakes the dokebi for a cartoon, further adding to the confusion and disbelief among the passengers. In this intense and pivotal moment from Omniscient Reader's viewpoint, Kim Dokja's realization that the unfolding events match the development he knew from the novel throws him into a state of inner conflict. He doesn't want to be entangled in this dangerous situation, but he also understands that he cannot escape his knowledge of the story. The presence of the small and cute-looking CG creature, the dokebi, is met with skepticism by the other passengers, who fail to grasp the seriousness of the situation. Kim Dokja knows the dokebi's true nature and the potential danger it poses, but he struggles to convey this to the others without revealing too much about his knowledge from the novel. To protect his companion Usanga, Kim Dokja intervenes and urges her to remain in her seat. His swift actions and serious tone reflect the urgency of the situation, and Usanga's eyes widen in bewilderment, not fully comprehending the gravity of what is happening. Kim Dokja realizes that trying to explain everything would be futile and might even endanger them further, as revealing his knowledge could have unintended consequences. He decides that the best course of action is to act cautiously and discreetly to protect those around him. In this harrowing and horrifying scene from Omniscient Reader's viewpoint, the dokebi's persuasive power becomes evident as it silences the chattering passengers with a single command. Its presence exudes an aura of authority and dominance that surpasses anyone else in the subway car. As the dokebi's eyes turn red, a wave of fear sweeps through the subway. Suddenly, a big hole appears in the forehead of the unknown actor who had mistaken the situation for a movie shoot. He collapses on the spot, realizing the gravity of the situation too late. The dokebi reiterates that this is not a movie shoot or a dream, shattering any illusions or hopes of escaping the surreal reality that has enveloped them. The subway car descends into chaos as more people's heads burst, their protests and screams silenced in a brutal and violent manner. Those who caused even the slightest fuss meet a grim fate, leaving the subway car drenched in blood and body parts. Amidst the carnage, the dokebi asserts its dominance once again, reminding everyone that this reality is far from what they know. The passengers are forced into a state of terror and submission, paralyzed by the overwhelming power of the dokebi. Faced with the nightmarish reality, Kim Dokja clings tightly to Yu Sanga, seeking comfort and protection in this surreal and terrifying ordeal. The contrast between the earlier mundane setting of the subway and the current state of horror heightens the impact of the Dokebi's appearance and the ensuing tragedy. Amidst the chaos and horror, the Dokebi addresses the passengers, acknowledging that their lives have been comfortable and easy so far. It questions the concept of living for free, highlighting how people take many things for granted, such as breathing, eating, and existing without considering the true value of life. In the special needs seating area, an elderly grandmother locks eyes with the Dokebi, and the presence of this wise figure adds a poignant touch to the scene. The Dokebi points out that life has been generous to them, providing necessities without any direct payment, but it challenges them to reflect on whether they have truly appreciated the gift of life and its value. In this tense and suspenseful moment from Omniscient Reader's viewpoint, the subway car becomes a stage for a desperate attempt by the passengers to appease the Dokebi. As fear and uncertainty grip everyone, a glimmer of hope arises when department head Han, from the finance team, steps forward with an offer of money. The atmosphere shifts as people cheer him on, viewing him as a savior in the face of the Dokebi's terror. Department head Han confidently pulls out his business card, ready to offer a substantial sum to secure his safety. His eagerness to use money as a solution is evident in his expression, emphasizing the notion that money can solve any problem. However, the Dokebi, unaffected by the department head's offer, responds with a cold and cryptic tone. It dismisses money as a mere plant fiber, highlighting its insignificance in the larger macrocosm world. The sudden appearance of flames and the destruction of the checks in the department head's hands shock everyone present, driving home the reality that money holds no value in the Dokebi's domain. Fear returns to the faces of the passengers as they realize that their usual strategies and methods won't work here. The Dokebi's power is beyond their comprehension, and they are left wondering what will happen next. The Dokebi's response further instills a sense of dread and helplessness among the passengers. Its words imply that simply offering money won't save them from the dire situation they find themselves in. The Dokebi seems uninterested in their material possessions and is more concerned with something else entirely. As the tension mounts, the Dokebi's final remark about the debt piling up during their commotion adds an ominous twist. It suggests that the passengers' actions and words may have consequences beyond their immediate understanding. In this pivotal moment, the Dokebi's horns rise, giving it an otherworldly and powerful appearance, as if they were antennas connecting to unseen forces. Its body hovers toward the ceiling of the subway car, further emphasizing its dominance over the situation. As the tension in the subway reaches its peak, a sudden message resonates in everyone's minds, creating a surreal and eerie atmosphere. The message announces the opening of a mysterious channel and the entry of the constellations, an enigmatic term that adds an air of mystique to the unfolding events. A small window appears before the bewildered and terrified passengers, showcasing the main scenario titled Proof of Value. The category is marked as main, indicating its importance and significance to the unfolding narrative. The scenario is designated with a difficulty level of F, suggesting that the challenges they will face are of a formidable nature. The clear conditions of the scenario, to kill one or more creatures, add a sense of urgency and danger to the situation. The passengers are now forced to confront a life or death situation where their survival is contingent on their ability to face and overcome this harrowing task within a limited time frame of 30 minutes. The mention of compensation in the form of 300 coins implies that there might be rewards for successful completion. However, the failure condition of death serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of not meeting the challenge. As the Dokebi smiles faintly, its transparency suggests it is no longer directly involved in the scenario. It fades away into the next space, leaving the passengers to grapple with the unfolding events on their own. The Dokebi's final words, urging the passengers to show it an interesting story, are both intriguing and ominous. It hints at the Dokebi's role as an observer, looking for the entertainment value in their struggle. The passengers are left with a sense of trepidation as they navigate the uncertainty of what lies ahead and the knowledge that their actions will be observed.